Anything which burns, that means it is undergoing combustion. Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Science with Neha. Today we'll be talking about chapter number 6, grade 8, combustion and flames. So, if you see in your kitchen, you might have seen a burner which has got a flame over it. So, what is the reason of this flame? So, combustion and flames. Combustion means burning anything in the presence of oxygen and it gives out heat and light. Now, we'll be talking about what are the conditions which are required to fulfill so that combustion can happen. So, the first condition is presence of combustible substance, which can be your candle, which can be your paper, anything which you want to burn. That is a combustible substance. Number two is presence of oxygen, which is a supporter of combustion. Number three, ignition temperature, which is a minimum temperature required for a substance to catch fire. Now, there's a very interesting activity here, which I'll be showing you. So here I have taken one candle. Okay, container is having water, and that burning candle is placed inside the glass jar. So if I invert a glass, long stem glass over it, you will see after some time the candle will stop burning and the level of water will rise up. Now, why the candle stop burning? Because I cut off the supply of oxygen from the atmosphere. So no oxygen means no burning. And why the water rose up? Because of heat inside, there was the air will move up, creating a vacuum, and to fill that vacuum, the level of water will rise up. You can refer to this YouTube video, which is the link is given below on the slide. Now, we'll be talking about types of substances. The substance which catch fire, you call them inflammable or combustible substance, and substance which do not catch fire, they are non-flammable. You very well know water is non-flammable, sand, carbon dioxide, and flammable you can have kerosene, petrol, natural gas. Now we'll be talking about supporter of combustion. Oxygen is a major supporter of combustion. Without oxygen, since we have done the activity also, no combustion can happen. Now the condition is how much oxygen is supplied. So if the supply of oxygen is sufficient, you will call it as a complete combustion. Complete combustion, and the product will be carbon dioxide and water. But if the supply of oxygen is incomplete, that is insufficient supply, you call it incomplete combustion, and the product is harmful carbon monoxide, which can make you faint, and along with that unburned carbon particles, which will create a smoke around you and can cause breathing problem, can make your clothes dirty. If you see in your kitchen, you might have seen the burner. Okay, this burner has lot of holes over it. You know why it has holes? So that whatever fuel is coming from below through your cylinder, so every single column should get a sufficient supply of oxygen and the fuel should burn completely. That means complete combustion should occur with your LPG here. Now comes the next topic called as kindling temperature also. That is a minimum temperature at which a substance can catch fire. You might have seen sometimes even a small spark, for example, on your gas, small spark can lighten your gas. But if you burn crackers like fulchari in your Diwali, it takes a lot of time to burn that fulchari with the help of your candle. But because at that time the ignition temperature of your fulchari was very very high, but now since the fulchari is blowing, okay, it is burning, fulchari is burning, you take another fulchari close to it, you will see the other fulchari will burn faster. It will not take so long as it took with the help of a matchstick or a candle. Why? Because the new fulchari's ignition temperature could match with the old fulchari which was still burning. So it took less time for fulchari to burn in the second time. So very interesting. You can relate your science to your regular life also. So those substances which have got low ignition temperature, that means you don't have to put much effort to burn them. They are actually ideal fuel. And those which have higher ignition temperature, that means you keep on burning, and they are not an ideal fuel. Now again, one more experiment to show ignition temperature is must. You take two paper cups. This experiment is also there in my YouTube video. The link is given below. So you take two paper cups. You can easily burn a paper cup over the flame. But if On the other paper cup, you put some water. That means you have done a magic to that paper cup. So, if you put it over the flame, you will be surprised to see the water will start boiling, but the cup will not burn. Why? Because the water which was there inside the paper cup started absorbing more of heat from the flame below and will not let the paper cup reach to its ignition temperature. So that's why we put water, whenever we see anything burning in the kitchen, we first thing we do is we put water over it so that ignition temperature should be lowered and the fire should stop burning. Now comes type of combustion. So you see different type of combustion, we don't even come to know that, oh my god, there are so types also. Let's talk about the first type. There are four types in fact: spontaneous, explosion, rapid and slow. Slow combustion means when you're burning a wood, so like at the time of Lodi, okay, you burn your wood logs, and wood logs will continue burning for quite long, maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours. That type of combustion is a slow combustion because here the ignition temperature is also moderate and the burning is happening in the insufficient supply of oxygen. That's why you see a lot of smoke coming out from the Lodi flames. So, burning of wood, coal, and candle is an example of slow combustion. Now comes spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous means instant, even at room temperature. You don't have to give a spark, even. Sodium and potassium are the metals which you have to store under the kerosene. Why? You see here in the slide, when they get lower temperature of around 25 degrees Celsius even, so they will spontaneously burn and then they will stop. Burn and stop. That is called as spontaneous combustion. It is not a continuous process. Instant burning and then the substance is done. It is over. Now comes explosion. Explosion is, you can relate it with Diwali festival, when you're bursting your crackers. So they just need a small spark, okay, and they will give out heat, light, and boom, sound. So that is called as explosion. And if you talk about rapid and fast combustion, that means the flame in your kitchen. So it will keep on burning as long as the fuel is being provided, but its ignition temperature is low. So it is also not producing smoke because it is an ideal fuel. I'll be giving you a trick here where you can find out which is a complete combustion and which is a incomplete combustion. So you see there are two color of flames right now. First of all, you should know what is a flame. Flame is produced when a substance vaporize, okay, and giving flame. Flame is a kind of fire over it. But charcoal, that is coal, does not vaporize. So it will not give flames, high flames, although it will start with the high flames only, but later on it will start giving glow, which is burning is happening, but not in flames, but in a glow. Okay. Now, there are two color of flames here on the screen. The yellow color flame is because of insufficient supply of oxygen and you call it incomplete combustion. And blue color flame is due to continuous supply of oxygen and you call it complete combustion. So, blue is better than yellow. Now comes the next part. There are two kind of things. If I say fuel and combustible material. So, is paper a fuel or just a combustible material? Are your clothes fuel or just a combustible material? Yes, they are just combustible material, not fuels. Fuel is something which you are using for your utility, for your purpose. So that is a fuel. Combustible material is anything which can burn to give heat, power, light. Fuel is a substance that can be consumed to provide energy which we can use, like fuel in the kitchen, LPG, fuel in your cars, aeroplanes, it is diesel, petrol, in your airplanes also, that is fuel, okay, because it is burning and giving energy which we are using. Now, very interesting question. If you're sitting in your mandir, okay, in a puja place, okay, the lamp is burning. Now, the oil is very, very less and lamp is about to stop. Okay, so what you do, you put some more oil. You will see lamp will again start burning with the flame and you will be happy. You know what is the action behind it? The action behind it is capillary action. The way you are sucking with the help of straw your cold drink, favorite cold drink. So cold drink is moving up and you're feeling nice. Same is the case here in the wick of the candle or your lamp. Through the wick, which is porous, the oil will start moving up through capillary action. The same way water is moving up in the leaves from high pressure to low pressure. And with a continuous supply of fuel, the flame will burn. Fuel and flame are related to each other. Combustible materials, which are fuel, you know, wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, paraffin, wax, so many. So you have got few list of it, which you can remember. So now comes calorific value. Calorific value means how much energy is being produced when a gram of fuel is burned. Greater the energy, better the fuel. So you should know the units here. The unit of energy, heat energy produced is kilojoules. So you write it as kilo, J small, kilojoules. Okay, and your amount you can write it in grams or you can write it in kg. But rather we write it in grams because you know small amount of fuel should give lot of energy. Only then it is ideal fuel. If we are using 1 kg and then getting the same amount of energy, no point. So kilojoules per gram is the unit of calorific value. Okay, calorific value is the total amount of energy liberated when a unit mass of substance is burned completely. It is used to identify the efficiency of the fuel. That means greater the calorific value, more the efficiency. Greater the calorific value, more the efficiency. Lower the ignition temperature, more the efficiency. And the substance should not produce smoke. It should burn completely. So let's talk about few of the characteristics of a good fuel. It should have high calorific value, moderate ignition, not very low. Like I just ignite the gas and there'll be boom all over. Not that low, but moderate. It should have low moisture content so that our heat is not wasted in, taking out the vapors. Low ash content so that no pollution is there. Moderate velocity of combustion. It's not that you have started burning and the fuel is vanished. It should take some time so that you are able to do your work properly. It should not produce harmful products like your sulfur dioxide, toxic gases, carbon monoxide. It should not. It should be of low cost, not very expensive. Nowadays, petrol price is going very high, obviously. It's, affecting our pockets. Now, easy storage and transportation. So, fuel should be stored and transported easily. Easily controllable also. For example, if the fuel spreads all over, so you should be able to control it easily. Now let's talk about candle. So candle, this topic is very, very important. If you talk about the flame of your burning candle, from the wick, there will be three zones, three colors which you'll be seeing at one time. Try to see this today. Okay, so the first zone you see is the dark zone here inside. So you'll be surprised that this zone, no combustion is happening. It is unburnt wax particles, wax vapors. So this is the coolest zone here, but you can't reach here. You don't say that is the coolest zone. If I put my finger here, my finger will not burn. No, because you have to pass through these two zones to reach the coolest zone. So you can't reach there. So don't try. Okay, the dark zone or the black zone is the coolest zone. Yellow zone is a luminous zone. Here it is insufficient supply of oxygen. Okay, so it will produce your ashes, soot. So if you're putting anything like a copper wire over the flame, so if the copper wire is turning black, that means it is touching your luminous zone. Now comes the blue zone. Blue zone is the outermost zone. So it is getting a lot of oxygen from outside. So that's why it is burning completely and giving us the blue color, which is a perfect color for flame. Now there's a history of matchstick. Matchstick was formed around lot of years back, 5,000 years back. Now here, if you see the link below, which is given, you will get to know about the history of matchstick in just 2 minutes. There was an electric shock and you had buckets full of water. You started throwing water over the fire. do you think the fire will stop burning, or fire will expand and will spread more? It will spread more. Why? Because there was an electric shock, and water is also a conductor. So water will transfer that shock more and the fire will spread all around. Okay, again, if you have got the fire because of alcohol like petrol or diesel, okay, and if you try to put water over it, even then it will not help. You know why? Because water is heavier, petrol and diesels are lighter. So they will again move up, they will start burning again. So, what is the point of adding water? That is why in our fire extinguishers, we don't put water, rather, we put carbon dioxide or nitrogen. They will make a blanket around the place where there's a which has set fire and will cut off the supply of oxygen from outside. So, no oxygen, no burning. Now comes, what are the harmful effects of combustion, that is burning of fuel? So burning of fuel can, if it is incomplete combustion, number one, it will produce unburned carbon particles. It can also produce harmful poisonous gas called carbon monoxide, and you can faint if the room is closed and you have burnt coal in the room because it's very cold. So in the morning maybe you're subconscious, so it's harmful. Combustion can also produce carbon dioxide, which is again harmful because it is a greenhouse gas and it will cause your glaciers to melt, temperature to rise, and more of flooding will happen. Burning of coal and diesel can produce harmful sulfur dioxide or nitrogen dioxide, which can cause acid rain, and that is the reason our Taj Mahal is becoming yellow. Now it's the question time for all of you. I will not be giving you answers. I want you to give me answers in my comment section below. Yeah. The first is copper wire turned black when kept in candle flame for 15 seconds, which soon it might be. I have told you. And also, new copper wire was taken and placed in a candle flame. It turned red hot, but not black. Tell me the zone in which it was placed. Was it luminous, non-luminous, or dark zone? Now, why burner of stove is provided with lot of small holes? I have given you the answer already. Identify the type of combustion of the following case: burning of potassium, I have told you, burning of LPG, burning of coal. Why paper cup filled with water does not catch fire? So everything is already told. So I request you to practice and do the answers. Hope you liked my video. Do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the regular updates. Thank you so much for watching.